So my other job had me working super late, so I actually missed the last 2 games live. But don't worry, I saw the Jays on 30 for both of them, so I consider myself an expert now. You're welcome. First, Jays win 3-0 in the middle game of a 3-game set against the Seattle Mariners. This game was basically 2 really good pitchers facing off and having really good games. Logan Gilbert for the Seattle Mariners and Jose Barrios for the Toronto Blue Jays. But that's not really the star of the show. The star of this particular show is Steven Souza Jr. and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad second inning. Barrios gets himself into a rare spot of trouble in the second inning, loading the bases with 1 out. Souza then does the Blue Jays a really nice solid by grounding into a really easy double play, like tailor-made. Like as soon as it's off the bat, you're like, yep, that's 2 and we're out the inning. And his goodwill knows no bounds, because at the bottom half of the inning, after the bottom of the Blue Jays order loads the bases with 2 out for George Springer, Springer with a little looper that barely leaves the infield, Souza coming charging in from right field says, I got this, got some real Leroy Jenkins energy right there, and throws himself at the ball and doesn't even really come close to catching it. Ball bounces away, and with 2 outs, everybody just keeps running. All 3 runs come in to score. George Springer has the softest hit triple he's ever had in his entire life. It's 3-0 Blue Jays. The clown cars are everywhere. It's hilarious. Now, the rest of the game was just pedestrian level bad for Souza. He, I think grounded into another double play later on, but that 1 inning where you simultaneously shut down your own team's offense and ignite the other team's with some really bad defensive play, that's just chef's kiss. You can't do worse than that. And yeah, that was pretty much the end of the scoring in the game. Barrios was solid the rest of the way through, pretty excellent. He got some amazing gold star level defense from Matt Chapman behind him, who are 2 or 3 excellent plays on this game. So way to not take your struggling bat out there in the field with you, Matt. We really appreciate that. That was a fun thing to say. And Logan Gilbert really deserved better. He pitched really, really well, only got into trouble a couple of times, and for the most part was able to get out of it. And he should have gotten out of it that 1 second inning too, but, Steven Souza happened. Whatever, the Blue Jays will take it. This makes it 2 in a row with a chance to sweep with Kevin Gausman on the mound for Game 3, so let's go to that one. And I didn't see this coming. Jays lose 5-1 in the closing game of a 3-game set against Seattle at Skydome. Kevin Gausman, what happened, man? Well, the answer is nothing really happened. He pitched pretty well. It's not quite to the same level of spectacular failure that befell Steven Souza in the first game of this mini 2-game video I'm doing here, but the loss for the Blue Jays in this one really has to be chalked up to Teoscar Hernandez. Sorry, Teo, I love you, but you left a lot of guys on base in this one, including a bases-loaded situation that was the only time the Blue Jays really had Mariners pitching on the ropes. In this case, it was Marco Gonzalez, and he's a soft-tossing lefty who was having control problems in that inning, and you, Teo, decided to flail at the first pitch you saw, grounding into a double play to end the inning. That's not great. And there were other times where you left runners on base too. You had 1 extra base hit in this game, a double that was well struck, while no one was on base. While that's frustrating because, baseball is largely about timing, and the fact that you had no timing whatsoever may have cost the Blue Jays the game here, I'm glad to see you were able to hit the ball. You've only done that a couple times since you came back from the injured list, so more of that means more runs in the future. Please, pretty please, we're begging you. Because they mentioned this in the broadcast, and they're 100% right. Vlad is now more willing to pass the baton than he was earlier in the season when he was just flailing at whatever, trying to hit a 5-run home run. He is now willing to take his walks. He is now looking to serve the ball to right field. He's not necessarily looking to be the all-time hero himself. He's ready to use his teammates. And I think part of that is because he's confident that Teo will get the job done. The fact that Teo has not heretofore gotten the job done is hopefully going to turn itself around in time. I feel like I've been saying that all season. Yeah, I have been saying that all season. We're approaching game 40, and I'm still waiting for the offense to turn itself around. Well, whatever. The first half of this doubleheader video I'm making here, I am actually rather pleased, despite the fact that the Blue Jays only really scored in 1 big burst. They were able to do so by taking advantage of mistakes that the other team made. They haven't always been able to do that this year, and it is a fundamental element of winning baseball, is when the other team cracks the door open a little bit for you, you gotta kick it in. And they did that in the first game. Second game they didn't, but they didn't really have a lot of mistakes to capitalize on. The Mariners played some really airtight defense, including this unbelievable catch by Eugenio Suarez. I don't even know he could do this. He took away what should have been a double, maybe a triple from Vlad, an absolutely screaming line drive down the left field line, and he leapt 20 feet in the air, it looked like. It obviously wasn't 20 feet in the air, because that's impossible. But he jumped real high, you guys. Suarez isn't really known as a defender that much, as far as I know. It was an incredible play. And there were lots of those around the diamond for the Mariners this one. So, I mean, sometimes the other team's going to win a game, and this was one of those. But the Blue Jays were able to win the series, which, after a couple series losses in a row, is a nice turnaround. It's not like the Mariners are bad. They're a really good team. So, this was a good win for them. I'm really glad we were able to pull this one out. And you know what? Kevin Gausman's not going to be the savior forever. Every once in a while, he's going to give up a couple runs. And if you can only score one run for him, that's not going to be enough most of the time. So take that as a lesson and let's never do it again, right? It should be pointed out, however, that this last full turn through the rotation, I think the last 6 or 7 or 8 starts, have been phenomenal for the Blue Jays starting pitchers. This is a really good sign as they're now completely healthy with Hyun-Jin Ryu back in the fold. I think that with that as the foundation, if they can keep going, I think that we have the foundation upon which to build an offensive explosion. Guys are starting to hit the ball well. Matt Chapman has been unbelievably unlucky. It looks like his numbers are terrible, and they are. But if you look at his advanced stats, this is a guy who, based on the barrels, based on hard hit percentage, based on the quality of pitching he's swinging at, this guy should be doing much better. He's just getting phenomenally unlucky. And he's not the only one. So I've been singing this song for a few weeks now. We're almost there. We're gonna turn it around. Please. Anyway, next up is the Cincinnati Reds, and if that ain't a cure for what ails you, man, I don't know what would be. That team is awful. This is the first legitimately bad team that the Blue Jays have played since the opening series against the Texas Rangers. Yeah, let that sink in. It's now late May, officially late May, and this is the first time we are seeing a bad team since the beginning of April. What a crazy schedule off the top. So, we will see, hopefully, Joey Votto and hopefully some Blue Jays wins and hopefully some Blue Jays offense, because another crazy stat, they haven't scored double-digit runs since the first game of the season. Yeah, that's right. I can't believe it either, but yeah, it's nuts, right? This team can't score double digits. That's nuts. So let's see it this coming week. That'd be great. That's exactly what we're looking for. In the meantime, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for your patience while waiting for this video to actually appear. 2 nights off? What the hell, Dave? A lot was going on in my other job. Don't worry about it. Thank you very much for watching this channel. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like and subscribe, etc. I will see you for Joey Votto's homecoming. We'll see you then.